Welcome to another Extra Butter at Home. He survived Breaking Bad. Now he survived COVID-19. For real. Now Bryan Cranston's feeling better and dropping by to talk about the best-selling book, now a Disney Plus major movie, The One and Only Ivan. Also, it's part E.T. It's part Men in Black. It's part, and very much, Alien. It's very scary. We'll talk with the team behind the runaway horror hit Sputnik, dropping onto U.S. soil. Also, are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
I'm not going to sing the song, but I will be talking to the voices of SpongeBob and Patrick and tell you why their new movie is #1 at the box office. That's right. Box office. We'll explain that and more on this edition of Extra Butter. That's not me. That's my son Jackson. Shouldn't you be in school or something? All right, go back to school. Go Zoom, schmoom. All right, how are you doing? Really? Good. Make sure you're out there being safe. In the meantime, let's talk about movies. I'm so excited, as is he. Aren't you? Mm-hmm. That's his excitement. For fresh out of the gate, an awesome new movie from Disney. It is The One and Only Ivan, an all-star cast, including Sam Rockwell, Bryan Cranston, Tara Hitchcock. Actually, Tara Hitchcock's not in it. She's my friend, one of the most respected movie critics in North America, and dare I say the world, and she's joining us now. How are you?
Mark, I'm so excited to talk to you. I'll be honest, I didn't love the trailer for this movie when it came out, and I really liked the movie.
It is so, I don't drop this word very often because it can be overused. It is heartwarming.
It is heartwarming. No surprise, though. Thea Sharrock also directed Me Before You, that sob fest with Emilia Clarke. I actually think I brought tissues during my interview with her on that one. So you knew you were going to tear up during this thing. Yeah, an all-star cast, Shaka Khan and Danny DeVito. And I think the last time, Mark, you and I hung out with Danny DeVito was in Cabo San Lucas.
Yeah, hey, but wait, can we talk about the Danny DeVito phenomenon right now? Because, I'll be honest, I am an old guy. I grew up with this guy on Taxi and have loved him through his feature film debut with Twins and all of those movies. Yet now, this new generation, my son, his dorm room in college, they have Danny DeVito stuff everywhere.
Well, I'm not surprised. First of all, your son is on the forefront of every major trend thanks to his father. I don't know what the deal is with Danny DeVito. He's funny all the time. In fact, we even talked, his past work even came up in our interview about his current film. Take a look. Your character, the dog Bob, can't get over the fact that somebody was presumptuous enough to give him a name. Has anyone ever given you a nickname that you hated?
No, I never really got nicknames. I think that the thing of Julia giving him a name is my character, the Bob dog, is like, he's so footloose and fancy free and feels like he's got the world on a string. He can do anything he wants. He can go and come. And to have somebody like tag him was like really like, it's like this unheard of. So yeah, he gets over it because she's such a cutie.
Fresh kibble in my bowl, and look who shows up.
Her character is named after my favorite candy bar, Snickers. If you were named after your favorite candy bar, what would your name be?
Chunky.
Okay.
Do you remember Chunkies? People
of
don't
course.
remember. You remember Chunkies, right?
Absolutely remember Chunkies.
Good.
Oh yeah, they were good actually. Now you got me a little bit hungry.
Let's give him a great show, okay?
I love the fact that Ivan looks out and he sees basically a billboard of himself. He's kind of forced to just look at this billboard. If you had to look at a billboard of yourself out your window on a daily basis, which film or which thing would you pick from and you'd make that the billboard?
Let's see. I'm trying to think. I think it would be something fun. I've been on a lot of billboards. Yeah. I think Romancing the Stone was pretty fun because I was being propelled in that costume across the screen. That was fun.
You just reminded me, that's another movie I need to write down to revisit. I love that film.
Yeah, that was a good one, right? Romancing the Stone. And Jewel of the Nile wasn't bad either. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Kathleen and Michael. And then, of course, we did War of the Roses together.
That is awesome. Romancing the Stone. I forgot all about that.
I know, so did I. I am going to rewatch that one. Those films were great, I thought. Yeah, always fun to talk to Danny DeVito. I think he's trying to get used to the whole Zoom thing, too, aren't we all?
You're in television. You've been in television a chunk of your life. You've been on billboards before. How weird is that to see you?
You know what, Mark? You bring me back to almost 26 years old, Good Morning, Arizona, on a billboard on the I-10 on the way from Phoenix to Tucson that rotated, no less. I had really bad hair at the time. I looked horrific, and I had to drive by it on a daily basis. It was a little bit weird.
I wasn't on a billboard. I was in a magazine one time and had to stare at me, staring back at me while people were reading it in the dentist office one time. That's the only thing.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of time to kill there, so you probably provided him with some good content.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, so about this cast, Bryan Cranston, how great is he in everything that he lends his likeness to?
Well, it's so weird to think, I think they shot this like 2 or 3 years ago. He is good in everything. I mean, I always think that maybe they just shot this a few months ago and he just wrapped up. It doesn't matter. He's timeless. He was good in Malcolm in the Middle. I think they just celebrated a huge anniversary. And you work all the way through his career, of course, to Breaking Bad. But now he's back as kind of the family guy, which I love to see him in. Kind of that, just like you said, heartwarming.
I'm going to talk to him in just a few minutes. In the meantime, Tara Hitchcock, where can we find you everywhere?
On Instagram, at Tara on TV. Facebook, Tara on TV. Twitter, at Tara TV1.
Got it. And driving through Arizona on billboards everywhere.
Yeah, they took that down years ago, too.
I'm going to have them put it back up just so I don't have to redo this tease. We'll be right back. Hey, and welcome back to Extra Butter. When we last left off, we were talking about the one and only Ivan, the best-selling book now available on Disney Plus, and it is amazing. I had a chance to sit down with Bryan Cranston, who is really, really great in this movie. But come on, he's great in anything. He is one of the nicest guys on the planet, despite the fact that we mostly remember him looking like that in Breaking Bad. One time I bumped into him when he looked like that. I mean, literally bumped into him when he looked like that. And he was still a nice guy. Is it okay if we get this picture off while I'm talking about a kid movie? Thank you. I had a chance to talk to him when he looked more like that about it. Take a look. Hey, how are you and where are you?
I'm in Los Angeles and I'm absolutely fine.
All right, good. The world wants to know, and you came out with some really optimistic spirit and some heated information and wishes for America, and I just applaud you for stepping forward and being who you are.
Well, I didn't intend to do it. I didn't think that the world needed another celebrity to come out and say, hey, I had COVID-19, until I was giving plasma. And the phlebotomist said, we've seen a real drop off on donors coming in for the plasma donation. Would you please post this video that you're taking to ask to donate? And I thought, oh, okay, well, this is a good reason for me to say, okay, here's what happened. I'm fine. I was very fortunate, very mild symptoms. Others are not lucky at all. Please give if you can, if you have the antibodies. And so that's where we are. And I do believe that we as a human race, we can get through this, but we need to really have our better angels come forward and put forward our best intentions and mutual respect.
Well, amen for that. Thanks for all you do for the human race, and thanks for all you do for the animal kingdom with this segue helper. How beautiful is this movie and this story?
I loved it. I've been doing a lot of dramas lately, and when this script came across my desk, I read it and I thought, this is really uplifting. This is a family film. Nobody does family films better than Disney, and why not? Why not be a part of this? It also has a social benefit too. I believe that if a child asks a parent, well, what about animals in captivity? Should we do that? Should we have zoos? And we're not here to offer any answers. We wanted to present the question. We wanted to do it in a package that's based on a true story, that is entertaining. You'll laugh and you'll cry during this movie. It's great for the whole family. It's the whole package. And if it creates a dialogue within the family afterward, that's fantastic. It's a win-win.
It's relentlessly cute, and yes, opens up a greater discussion. I have to take advantage of this moment to get something off my chest that I've been meaning to ask you for years, but now that I'm not really toe-to-toe with you, I can ask. The one time I ran into you, I literally ran into you. I had offices at Reels Channel I had to go to every now and then for a show that I did over there. And I burst through a door onto the sound stages where you were doing Breaking Bad and literally did one of those movie things where I bumped papers out of your hand. In my mind, years later, I see it as like the script shattering everywhere. Do you ever recall someone bumping into you and just going, oh, sorry, Mr. Cranston, sir?
I do remember that. I was in character at the time. I'm surprised you're still alive.
No kidding. In a multitude of days. Oh, suddenly I get the rap. Hey, congratulations on this. The one and only Ivan is just what the world needs right now, and thank you for it, sir.
Thank you, Mark.
Bryan Cranston, one of the nicest guys. Still scares me a little bit, but one of the nicest guys. When we come back on Extra Butter, shifting gears to something scary, scary in the form of Sputnik. Like a cross between E.T. and Alien, but a lot more alien, if you know what I'm saying. Next.
Hi, and welcome back to this Extra Butter. Kinda creepy, right?
Very creepy. Too creepy. All right then. Not as creepy as this movie I'm about to tell you about. The movie is Sputnik. Something you should know about me. I like scary movies. I like making scary movies. I like talking about scary movies. Case in point, Sputnik. Go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe if you want to see the trailer in its entirety or some clips. It is very, very scary. Yes, you're going to see subtitles, but how often in a movie is it really necessary that you listen to what they're saying, especially in a scary movie? Let me tell you how much this movie affected me, and to pay it respect, I'm going to do so in Russian. На minет меня думачи. All I said was, I myself. Oh wait, how come you... I can say in Russian, but I can't say it in English? I guess my Russian's just not that good. Either way, let me break off a sample.
Молоко. Ты мне подпевать будешь? Или давай споем то, что тебе нравится?
Да мне, в принципе, вот это вот про звезды нравилось пару месяцев назад.
Татьяна Юрьевна, требуется ваша консультация. Наверняка вы слышали о недавнем приземлении орбиты 4. За день до приземления с экипажем пропала связь. Судя по всему, на орбите произошел некий инцидент. Думаю, этот случай вас очень заинтересует.
Я вас раньше не видел.
Меня пригласили, чтобы я оценил ваше состояние.
Зачем они меня здесь держат, сможете объяснить?
Вы вырезали часть пленки.
Надо было мне сразу вам все рассказать.
Я не боюсь. Я не боюсь. Вы привезли пассажира из космоса. Он внутри вас.
Я должен иметь возможность уничтожить его, если все выйдет из-под контроля.
Помоги мне, Таня. Ищите к себе в Москву, пока можете.
Мы рискуем жизнью человека. Героя Советского Союза.
Если герой, значит готов ко всему, в том числе и пожертвовать собой.
Почему я? Прости.
А ну, адаптируйся.
Бегите.
Sputnik. Minет меня думачи. Really? You can't tell that I'm saying... Oh, I gotta work on my Russian. Either way, I sat down with its Russian director, whose English actually very good. Take a look. Having known the process, I know that you can become so attached to every scene, every moment, every pixel of a movie by the time it hits the screen. Do you think, can you watch it and enjoy it the way the rest of us do?
Not now, I'm afraid. Actually, I spent like almost 5 years doing that movie. Sputnik is already, you know, a huge part of my life, and but maybe, you know, one day I would go to the cinema, the movies, and would enjoy it, but not now.
But certainly, with that said, you must have some moments of pride. What are the moments that you still enjoy watching, or maybe even the moments when you test it with an audience or you see it with an audience, you love their reaction?
When I saw different types of reactions, I thought, wow, it works. I mean, it's a really great feeling to watch the movie with the audience. It's a little bit scary, but I enjoy it.
Well, I can't wait till theaters come back, because certainly people want to see this in theaters. In the meantime, for those that are going to click, I'll watch this in the privacy and otherwise sanctitude of their own homes. Tell them what they're going to get. Tell them what it's about. Set it up for them.
That's kind of movie that takes place in the Soviet Union, and it's a story about that guy, the cosmonaut, the Soviet hero that gets back from the orbit, and he brought the parasite that lives inside him. And we see this doctor who's actually trying to save him. So that's the premise, and the rest I would like to experience for the audience by themselves.
I know there's so much I don't want to plot spoil, but say that this is, you think you're seeing one type of movie and it becomes something entirely different. And your hand behind it's brilliant. I'm as excited to talk to you as I was to talk to Ridley Scott once upon a time, and you've made a masterpiece. Great to talk to you.
Thank you.
Edgar Ebermanko, the director of Sputnik. I don't care if you speak Russian or not. It is terrifying. See it at your own risk. Now streaming on all video on demand and streaming services pretty much everywhere, except Netflix. All right, let me try it one more time. Naminet Minyo Domachi. Well, it really did have that effect on me, and maybe if you can speak my bad Russian, you know what I just said. When we come back, SpongeBob, Sponge Out of Water, is the #1 movie at the theaters, kind of. I'll explain how it's #1 and how you can see it, and we'll flash back with the cast next.
The lost city of Atlantic City.
Boy, I hope we don't lose focus.
Look, I wouldn't worry about us losing.
Cotton candy. Ice cream. Churros.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome back. Thanks for hanging out with us on this Extra Butter. All right, where were we? If you're watching on AFN, thank you for serving our country in the 168 different countries and territories worldwide. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're not watching on YouTube, check us out on YouTube sometime for extended interviews. Just be sure and like and subscribe. All right, let's talk about the #1 movie at the box office. That's right, I said box office. SpongeBob, Sponge on the Run, is #1. It's on 300 screens, which is a paltry sum compared to the thousands that they normally release on. But we did okay, about $1 million over the weekend. Most of those screens are in Canada. If you're not in Canada and didn't happen to be able to see it in a movie theater, you're still going to have to wait a few months to see it in the rest of North America. In the meantime, I thought I'd break off a sample.
The commercials in this game are really expensive, SpongeBob.
It's just the pregame.
You got 26 seconds to tell me everything in this movie.
Sir, yes, sir. There's fast cars, flashbacks, Snoop Dogg, robots, a wise sage.
Hello.
Churros. The only thing missing is Gary.
Let's go find him!
I smell a road trip!
That could be my breath. Yeah, that was money well spent.
So you have to wait to watch that on CBS On Demand. That's SpongeBob's new movie, Sponge on the Run. In the meantime, you can always check out the original SpongeBob SquarePants movie. If you haven't guessed, yes, I'm a huge fan. So when I had an opportunity to sit down with the voice of SpongeBob, Tom Kenny, the voice of Patrick, Bill Faberbachy, I did so. So just watch them, laugh with them, and stop making fun of my hair already. Take a look. Congratulations to both of you.
Sir. Thank you. Congratulations to you. Just for being you. Congratulations.
Do you find that not only kids but adults kind of get geeked out and kind of get glazed over when you go into the SpongeBob and the Patrick mode?
Yeah, adults get so much pleasure out of this, and parents do. That
it's bizarre how deep the relationship between people and SpongeBob and Patrick are.
Yes,
even grown-ups, when they hear you do the voice, they just get giddy, like they're seeing Santa Claus at the mall or something. They just dig it.
Because kids will always ask you to do the voice, but every once in a while there's that parent that goes, "Can you do the voice?" And it's okay, and they kind of giggle.
Now, do you ever it's been a long, exhausting day, maybe a really tumultuous day, and you're in the supermarket and someone recognizes you and they want you to do the voice, and do you ever just go, "No, I can't, I'm spent. I can't pull the Patrick out right now"?
I've never thought that once in my life.
You know what? You can't do it. You really can't do it. And I, because it's a different kind of celebrity than being, than somebody going up to J-Lo or something like that. It's like, you know, we're SpongeBob and we're Patrick, so it's almost like it would be such a letdown to a kid if SpongeBob was jerky to them. That you know you gotta be, you know, it's like you know, I don't know. It's this weird responsibility.
But it's so easy to throw them, you know, just even if you're tired. Hey, how you doing? I'm tired.
Hey, that's enough. See, that right there suffices for me.
But it is responsibility, right? It's like man, you know, the kid doesn't want to see Babe Ruth, you know, with a hangover. You know, they want to see Babe Ruth like point out, you know.
There'll be a convicted felon someday. Yeah. Where did it go wrong?
Yeah,
you don't want to say screwed me. You wouldn't do the voice.
Yeah, you don't want to see Babe Ruth going, "What did I do last night?" You know, you got to be in the moment. No, it's very easy to do because it's kids and they're really into it in a very naive way that we appreciate very much because it's why we have jobs.
All right, a little improv here, fellas, if you don't mind. Marianne McClary, our hostess, could not be a bigger fan. It's like the Church of the Risen SpongeBob she goes to. She quotes it every day.
The sponge.
It's become a part of her life. So if you would, as we toss out to her, would you say a little something to Marianne McClary?
Marianne, I love you.
Hi, Marianne McClary.
You're hot.
We miss you. Why aren't you down here in Bikini Bottom today, Marianne?
I really miss you.
Too good to come under the water? Afraid we'll muss our hair?
It doesn't work for me.
Here, let me try it. See how easy it is?
And then they give you money.
I wanted to put that interview up almost in entirety because no matter how many A-list celebrities or Oscar winners I've interviewed, I've never been more geeked out than to watch those guys do what they do. You can check out the SpongeBob movie pretty much anywhere, anytime. It's on video on demand and streaming just about everywhere. However, for the new SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run, we're going to have to wait a few months until CBS puts it online. Or who knows, maybe theaters will open up again and we can see it that way. In the meantime, while credits continue to roll, thanks for watching. I'm going to keep working on my SpongeBob impression. Gee, Patrick! What are you looking at?